rock as a kid.
Yeah.
I grew up in West Virginia, and where I grew up in West Virginia was an hour and a half away from Washington, D.C.,
Yeah.
Baltimore, Maryland. So there was a lot of big punk bands, well, big. They still come and play the 200-seat shithole in D.C. But as a result, I got to see, Dead Kennedy's Black Flag, Circle Jerks, Corrosion of Conformity. I got to see Bad Brains in 1985.
Yeah.
So I got to experience a lot of that punk rock music. So basically, when I write, I can't help but write in that vein. And I'm not somebody, all I do is play the bass. So when I write a song, that song, The Thin Line, was written in my garage here in Florida when we were on break on the Faithless tour.
Yeah.
And it was just something that I had the vocal and the lyric, the melody and the lyric written, and I just needed and basically I had the drum beat too, which is just a up-tempo punk drum beat.
Yeah.
Go back,
Yeah.
So it was just a matter of filling in the dots on the bass, so pick the bass up, and it just came out, and I showed it to Tony Rambola, who immediately said, all right, done deal, and within 10 minutes we had the song recorded, man. And that's the true punk rock spirit of that song, too, We didn't labor or any of the arrangements or anything. It's basically done a la punk rock.
Okay.
There's the whole punk rock influence, Tony and Robbie and Whit and Lee, for that matter, were never into punk rock guys.
Yep.
And so it's beautiful for me to be in the band and expand their minds. I'd play like 1984 Black Flag, My War or something for Whit, and he trips out. He goes, oh my God, dude, this sounds like something that is current. And I'm like, no shit, man, a lot of those bands were way ahead of their time.
Yeah.
And influenced metal bands of today.
Yeah.
That may not even know they were influenced by, say, Corrosion of Conformity,
Right. I guess when you guys put together your album, did you go in with a couple of extra songs, or was it done with, let's say, 8 or 10 songs that you intended for the album?
Well, we had, again, even after Sully had picked all the songs that he wanted out of our arsenal, I'll call it, because we had, like I said, 40 songs,
wow,
at least. And then these are just the ones we recorded. We still had other ideas where Tony had these great heavy ball Sabbath riffs.
Yeah.
That we jammed to, but we just hadn't been gotten down, had time to arrange them and put them together yet. So we did have a lot more material, but it became, wow, man, we can't overwhelm ourselves here. See, we were on a very restrained time schedule for the making of Another Animal record. In fact, that's how we were blessed with Whit Crane, is we only had 6 weeks, a 6-week window in which we could make this record, record, do everything, write and record the whole Another Animal record, because we were off from Godsmack on a break.
Yeah.
And that's when our first singer, John Costco from Dropbox, he was the original singer of the project.
Yeah.
He had to go and do an audition with Alice in Chains, and it just so happened it landed right in the middle of our period of doing this record. And we're like, dude, you have to pick here. You can't go off to LA for a week, because every day is crucial to this project being done.
Yeah.
So, he said, well, I'm going to go try out for Alice in Chains. We all know, well, he didn't get that gig or whatever, but we got Whit Crane out of the deal, which ended up being a blessing in disguise, man. That dude just can sing any kind of song you throw at him, he can sing. He's like a chameleon with his voice,
Okay. Now, you were mentioning about how you guys have like a really big time constraint during the recording of the album. I mean, I guess 4 to 6 weeks, you said. Did you guys kind of feel that you were really rushed with it, or?
Well, no. The only thing that we wished we would have more time is to delve into more of the music. Because the only thing we were rushed on, once we picked the 12 songs to record, then we were good, and we had plenty of time, and it wasn't a rush, and everything came together naturally. Easy, fun and easy, man. And that's our motto, by the way. We like everything to be fun and easy. If it's hard and drawn out, we don't even want to fucking do it.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been doing this. All of us have been professional musicians for over 20 years now. Yeah. Which is, anything about this business, that that's saying a lot. Most people. I mean, we're blessed, truly.
Yeah.
So with that said, no, we didn't feel rushed, but we would have liked to have more time to explore some of the other songs that we had that we thought were great. But see, the most time-restraining thing on us was the vocal. because we had all this great music done, but, you know, the most important part of the song, unless you're Steve Vai and you're an instrumentalist or whatever, is basically the vocal, the lyrics, the melody, and the hook, you know, and that's what's going to make people prick their ears up when they hear a song, or that's what's going to make the radio programmer want to put this on. It's the vocal, you know?
Yeah.
So we really knew that we had to spend most of our time on the vocal.
Okay.
And luckily, Tony, Robbie, and I had honed down all the musical arrangements and all the music first anyway. So, but yeah, as far as time restraints go, the one thing that we wish we had more time on was, you know, to delve into other songs. Who knows? I mean, listening back to the record, I do think it's a great record, and I don't really feel any real weak moments on it. But who knows, man? What if we could have made a Back in Black if we'd have had another 3-4 weeks, you know, where every song just killed you, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm sure every band AC/DC probably thought that about Back in Black.
Yeah, I hear you. This will be the last question. With Lee, I guess from what I was reading, he wasn't able to open up to his wife and family, but through, I guess, the lyrics with the band, he was able to do that. I mean, is there a statement of truth to that, you think?
Lee wasn't able to do what?
He wasn't able to open as much, like he wasn't able to, I guess, talk to his wife and family about certain topics, but he was able to do it through the band.
Well, Lee wrote, I'd say 40 to 50% of the lyrics on the record.
Yeah.
Was Lee Richards. So, yeah, I think he got, you know, me and Whit and Lee wrote all the lyrics together.
Yeah.
And it was a truly a combined group effort there, because, I mean, we were literally, like I said, you know, it came down to the vocals. Everything was literally the three of us sitting there listening to the songs over and over. And you know, Whit would have the verse, I would have the bridge, Lee would have the chorus to one song. Or some songs like Broken Again, Lee had he wrote that whole lyric and melody, Broken Again.
Okay.
You know? And, but as far as, I don't know, I think Lee got his 2 cents in on this record, and he certainly stepped up and wrote, I think the best melodies out of any record that came out last year. I mean, you know, I'm not a man that goes by record sales either. I mean, I'll be honest with you, we're not expecting this thing to sell 1 million records, especially in today's climate.
Yeah.
But I do think that if people give it a listen, they'll feel those melodies and they'll definitely feel the lyrics. Because, you know, Lee's a guy, he's the only guy in the band that's never had any success. Like, you know, Tony, Robbie, and I, obviously, Godsmack, we've been real successful. Whitfield sold 5 million records back in the day with Ugly Kid Joe. But Lee, you know, his band got signed, Dropbox, and then basically they didn't sell, and Universal dropped them. And so the lyrics, for instance, Broken Again, the first lyric of the song, "There's my dreams, bloody, dying, face down on the floor." And that was about, you know, going through the pain of having your dreams smashed and having other people just not buy into you and basically say, all right, we're letting you go, you're not good enough.
Right.
You know, I've been there, and Whitfield has been there also, because, you know, I've been in, unfortunately, it's not like I'm bragging, multiple bands have been dropped, you know, from major labels. And Whitfield, of course, him and I got dropped together from Polygram with Ugly Kid Joe. And so we know what it's like to have someone tell you, you know what, dude, you're not good enough, and fuck off. You know? And so the emotion that Lee Richards put into his lyrics transcended themselves into his melodies, which, you know, if you listen to Broken Again, it's not the heaviest song musically, but man, when they come in singing in the lyric, and more importantly, I think that the melody, with the half-step harmony and stuff, it really makes it dark sounding and very heartfelt. And I mean, I guess to answer the question, I think Lee really contributed more than words can say to this record. And you know what? It definitely wouldn't be another animal without Lee. And the fact is, you know, Robbie and Tony and I are kind of, you know, current, you know, what do you call us, successful rockers or whatever.
Yeah.
And so in every interview, it's always, oh, the guys from Godsmack. When, you know, Lee Richards is every bit the star of this band as Whit Crane or the three of us, you know.
Okay, well, that's it pretty well for me, man.
Well, cool, man. Thanks. Where are you at?
Well, I'm from Toronto, Canada.